Everyone woke up after being unconscious. They realized that they have now landed in the sea. They all looked up and go, "Whoa! So we're now flying along the sea." "But that begs the question, Devi," said Devi. "How are we going to get to Sydney now?" Suddenly they saw a bunch of cockatoos flying from Australia. It looks like they were heading to the Philippines from the winter. Devi came up with an idea. They were going to catch the birds and use the birds to fly to Sydney. The boy who found themselves driving a motorbike handed a bunch of seeds and landed them straight down on top of the mango. One of the cockatoos flew down to peck on the seeds. The man who thought he was Batman quickly grabbed out a bird harness and strapped it to the cockatoo. "I hear something," said the boy who found the size of a motorbike. "I hear it too," said Devi. "Can you see this?" said the man with the cerebral palsy. "It looks like those fishermen are having trouble with their ship." "What do you mean?" said Devi. "Take a look." Suddenly, a bunch of large tentacles came over and split the men's ship in half as the men who earlier evacuated from their ship. "It's a colossal squid," said Devi. "It seems to have spotted us," said the man who thought he was Batman. "What do we do?" "We have to get the rest of the cockatoos down here." "You mean the rest of the flock?" said the man with cerebral palsy. "I don't think we'll be able to do it in time." Suddenly, the man who thought he was Batman quickly got out a chunk of bird harnesses that he had stole during his previous life. The boy who found himself over driving a motorbike quickly handed out a chunk of seeds on top of the mango. All the cockatoos fly down to grab hold to peck on the seeds. The man who thought it was Batman, the man with cerebral palsy, and Devi quickly harnessed the birds with the harnesses. The colossal squid was getting closer and closer and closer. "It's getting closer," said the boy who found himself over driving a motorbike. "Cockatoos, hooray!" said the man who thought he was Batman. The cockatoos pulled the giant mango out of the water until it was above the sky, nearly above the sky. But unfortunately, the colossal squid had catched up. It latched out its two long prey-bearing tentacles with claws instead of suction chops. It latches on to the mango. Devi and the man who thought he was Batman were able to fight it off, pecking stuff at its two long grabbing tentacles. The colossal squid eventually let go. Unfortunately, it grabs Devi by her leg and almost pulling her down. Devi screams in horror, seeing the squid's shaped like beak, parrot-like beak. The man who thought he was Batman grabbed hold of her and he stabs one of his Batman brings one of his Batman gadgets out of his Batman belt, stabbing the colossal squid's tentacles and then blinding it with his laser on its eye. The squid getting stole of it, squirting ink at them. At last they all escaped. They were now above the sky, floating across the clouds. Devi then sat down to talk with the boy who found us over the motorbike. "You did great. You know something? You'll be a great... I know how you're obsessed with birds, but you will be great working at a bird park." "You really think so?" "Of course I do." Sooner or later, during the time as the sun was setting down to the sea, Devi began to starve. As she was very anorexic after starving from Dr. Ravens's starving her to death, she began to see things that were not there, hallucinate. She saw on the seabed a car similar to Dr. Ravens's driving along the seabed. She went, "Ah!" shaking out of it. "Are you alright?" said the girl with bipolar. "I thought I just saw Dr. Ravens's car driving along the seabed." "Ha ha ha," giggled the girl with bipolar. "There's no way Dr. Ravenous would survive underwater like that. She'd probably suffocate and die to death. Her lungs would probably blow up. Or worse, her car would blow up. Engine would blow up," said Devi. Question is, what caused you to be in Dr. Ramnus's asylum? Well, I used to be part of the School of Rock TV series. I played Danica, and I did something stupid. After the show was cancelled, I went through a mental breakdown like you, and I pulled my pants down to make the television mech work to bring the show back. Well, that was not a really good move, said Devi. I know it wasn't. Sooner or later, the girl with bipolar picks up the giant mango and ate a bit of it. Oh, that's a good idea. We could eat some of the mango. I forgot about that. Sooner or later, they shaped the mango's juice essences into several foods they like and ate it until they were stuffed. And Devi began to worry, thinking that Dr. Ramnus was on the pursuit of getting them. Don't worry, said the girl with bipolar. As I said earlier, she won't be able to get us. She's nowhere near us. Devi went to sleep. In Devi's dream, she dreamt she was a rabbit, eating a mango. Suddenly she... There was a car. On the bridge, stepping out of the car, was Dr. Ramnus. That little vermin's trying to eat my mango. Dr. Ramnus comes out with a gun, shooting Devi as a rabbit. Quickly goes into hide button. Dr. Ramnus finds her, grabs her by the ear. I'm gonna have you for dinner. Ah! Devi screams. She wakes up from shock to realize that it was all a dream. Suddenly, the boy who fantasized with a mountain bike, who was once outside earlier, Devi saw he was in a state of a shock and panic. What's the matter? She said. There's a giant bat outside. The man who thinks who's Batman is trying to fight it off. You mean a giant bat? Said the man with cerebral palsy. Yes. Devi then climbed outside to see that the man who thought he was Batman was struggling to fight off the giant bat. Devi saw he was in trouble. The bat tried to fly off with the man who thought he was Batman, but Devi, who had the pepper spray that she stole from Dr. Ramnus's lab coat, sprays the giant bat's eyes, causing the bat to flee, dropping the man who was Batman. Thanks, said the man who was Batman. Well, you saved me from being eaten by the colossal squid, so I am returning the favor, said Devi. Both of them went back inside. They sang a song together of how they're more than just friends, that they are like a family. Suddenly, land ho! Said the man who was Batman. They all stepped outside to see they have finally made it to the borders of New South Wales and were near the harbour, the Sydney Harbour. And there they saw outside was the Sydney Harbour Bridge and the Sydney Opera House. Everyone got so excited they began to dance in excitement. We did it! We did it! They all danced in excitement. Suddenly, a big A130 aeroplane was flying towards them. They quickly jumped back inside. The plane's propellers snapped the bird harnesses leashes in half, separating both Devi and her friends and the mango from the cockatoos. The giant mango landed on top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Oh no, the cockatoos, said Devi as she stepped outside as they were flying away. Don't worry about them, said the man with with cerebral palsy. They did their job, they got us here, and you should be grateful they did the right thing for us. Devi was sad to see them go, as they were like one of their family members. But she knew that they will come back to Australia in the summer. Sooner or later, helicopters, tugboats, and Mack trucks arrived to get the giant mango off the Sydney Harbour Bridge. The Sydney Harbour Bridge had only a slight dents here and there, but remained in good condition. Sooner or later, there were news reporters and policemen investigating. Devi's friends hid in the giant mango until it was time for them till the right time to come back.